You're making a big mistake promoting your superworkers to supervisors. We know that supervisors and managers can be the reason employees stay and the reason they leave. In fact, problems with the person someone reports to is often cited as the reason people change jobs. With an improving economy, you are at risk of losing good employees if you have the wrong people in your leadership positions. Maybe even worse is with poor leadership, you risk having an increased number of employees who stay but are disengaged from the work that they do. These employees are essentially collecting a paycheck for disrupting your organization. According to Gallup, in its latter report on the U.S. economy, of the approximately 100 million people in America who hold full-time jobs, 30 million are engaged and inspired at work. At the other end of the spectrum are 20 million who are actively disengaged. These employees roam the halls, spreading discontent. The other 50 million workers are not engaged. They're just kind of present, but not inspired by their work or their managers. Gallup also estimates that bad managers and supervisors are costing the U.S. an estimated $450 to $500 billion annually. We often see that superworkers are promoted into supervisor positions without regard or thought about the interpersonal skills that they will need at the next level in their career. We also see supervisors promoted into manager positions based on outcomes or results, but not considering their ability to truly lead a larger group. These promotions call for some different skills. Typically, this is highlighted by interpersonal capabilities that include separate themselves from their former peer group without alienating them so they can be effective in performance management. If they're unable to do this, or even if they are perceived to be unable to do this, they risk alienating part of their team at best and legal issues at worst. They're able to use their communication skills and process knowledge to set expectations and provide feedback in a way that is heard and drives great results. They're able to communicate well with the management team, colleagues, subordinates, and other supervisors, and be willing to deliver difficult and good news and claim their part of it as part of management. They're able to shift their focus to a broader range of results rather than just their own and communicate in a way that others understand their important part in this communication. They're able to motivate others in a positive way to get results. This is job one, and an individual's ability to understand what is important to others is key here. Sometimes companies get lucky and the person has the inherent or natural talent to supervise, manage, or direct people. Other times they don't. The top performing companies have an intentional leadership development strategy and a succession plan that runs throughout the organization. The strategy should include programs to develop both the competencies, the horizontal development, and thinking, decision-making, and change behaviors, or vertical development, that will move your company forward. It is not difficult to implement a leadership development program, and most companies can begin right now. If you don't have the internal capabilities and capacity, add it from consultants and coaches from the outside. Take these steps to begin your leadership development plan today. First, measure the talents, motivators, and natural behaviors of all employees in any leadership position across all divisions and from the top down. Next, identify additional employees who appear to be, quote, high potentials. Assess them also for their strengths, motivators, and behavioral styles. In addition, get top leaders involved in those who would benefit from development. Next, identify through internal or external sources the talents of exceptional leaders. Then put it in place to develop those talents where it's possible. Next, weave vertical capability development into the grooming of your leaders. And finally, make sure that there's a clear and well-planned communication plan around the implementation of the program, making sure that the funds follow the words. Top leadership needs to make it abundantly clear that leadership development is a priority of time and funds and should be allocated for. In an effort to support you in this, we are offering you the opportunity to take a no-cost assessment that will give you valuable information about your behavioral styles. Understanding your styles is the first step to supporting a leadership development plan. There are a number of profiles in the market that will allow you to measure your behavioral styles, and we've used many of them and have identified and recommend one that is particularly relevant to organizations trying to target supervisors and managers, ensure sustainability through leadership development. If you are an organizational leader and are interested in the behaviors that will support your company's success throughout leadership development, please click the link below the movie to get a free copy of the profile that we most often recommend.